Good evening. Good evening, everybody. Thank you so very much for having me here at your beautiful event. Hi there. Okay. And I've enjoyed myself very much so far. First of all, I shouldn't be rude. I should introduce myself before telling you I've been eating the food. But my name is Lorraine Levine, and Sarah Jones invited me to come and participate here with all of you. And, you met Sarah. She's a very nice young black performer who does the, she calls herself black. Right. And personally, she's really more like a caramel color if you look at her, if you actually look at the skin, or a mocha, But anyway, I think it's a lovely skin tone. But anyway, So she puts me in her shows. I was in the Bridge and Tunnel on Broadway, and she asked, would I come down here? I said, what's that? Will I leave New York City when it's 27 degrees to go down to Miami? No, absolutely not. I can't do that. But I also appreciate the work that you're doing. So it was, she did not have to twist my arm. And, as I said, she does put us in what she calls a one-woman show. But you see what that means. That means she takes the credit and then makes us come out here and do all the work. But, again, I don't mind, especially because the work that you all do, I support it. I think it's wonderful. And, at my age, and I don't mind sharing with you, I like to consider myself living proof that 80 is the new 70. Give or take a couple of years. Okay. Okay. Anyway, you might not know it, but, my family came here from Eastern Europe when I was just a little girl. That was in the 30s. Most of you, maybe your parents weren't even born, I don't know. But, I say that to say that I appreciate how multi-generational your focus is, your work. And, I appreciate, obviously, in general, the diversity. Sarah has us traveling all over, and she brings all her friends with her wherever we go together. Sometimes I might be the only person in the whole group who's not a minority. So I really have learned what it feels like on the other side. Take your time. But the point being, that in my day, and I tell Sarah this all the time, that you really couldn't even imagine, a conversation like the one we're having here, about all the different ways that people should be allowed to be whoever they are. You didn't have the conversations about equality, and even that word, diversity, I would have thought, what is that, some sort of university, or is it, it just wasn't a word that people said all the time. And, even families like Sarah's with all the different backgrounds together, I told her, when I was growing up, a mixed couple would have been, a Reformed Jew marries an Orthodox, and, yeah, sure. Okay. Shalom, Chavarim v'chavarot. Okay. I wasn't sure. You never know. Okay. But anyway, nowadays, the world has changed so much, and I, for one, I feel truly, it's a privilege to have lived so long as to see the world we have today, and you all have covered it with your wonderful talks, and even the ones about the social media, and that the statistics about that seniors are also part of that. Isn't it fascinating? You wouldn't think. And I have to say, when my grandchildren, I really wasn't, they were always with the my face and the space, never mind. Anyway, the point is that for me, the one that really, it was too much when they all started telling me, oh, Grandma, I have the Twitter. She has the Twitter. We all have the Twitter. They had this Twitter. And I said to my daughter, it sounds like a disorder. They all have this Twitter. You should call your doctor. But, of course, now, a couple of years later, it's part of the world news, and you can't go anywhere. And so, of course, I try to maintain the connection as best I can. I'm not doing the Twitter, but I do go on the computer. My daughter has helped me with, in fact, I'll tell you, I do some of my shopping even now online. Before coming down here, actually, for the son, I bought a couple of new visors. There's a lovely internet boutique. You would want to know about this. It's a little boutique called The Shady Lady. And you wouldn't believe the variety they have. You don't even have to leave your house. So there are so many advantages, and many older people are part of it. And, that's a long way I've come from being somebody. I used to tell people, listen, with the computers, in my day, your laptop was just the place where you put your napkin. Okay. But anyway, all I wanted to share with you is that I appreciate the very different perspectives you bring, and that you are, trying to create a much better world for all the different people. And it's wonderful because really, I will say, not only my grandchildren, but my great-grands now, they're growing up with, for them, what could be more normal than to be gay? What, you don't have two mommies, or two fathers? What's with them, And it's true, or, the television, they love Ellen, and even the Harry Potter with the wizard, Dumbledore. Sure, it's what could be more normal than to be gay. So I love hearing these changes in younger people, and I know that you all are part of that. You are the reason that in the popular culture and in all these other ways, people are feeling safer than ever to just be who they are, and that's wonderful. I suppose I will only just add how important it was to me to hear something I hadn't thought about, which is it's difficult enough to get older, but if you're also LGBT, that it adds so much difficulty, and I had not really thought about that. So thank you for educating me, and I'll leave you with this, that love, I'm always telling Sarah, and I hadn't thought about this particular side of it until being here with you all, but when I was with my husband, he passed away many years now, but if I had not been able to go and visit him in the hospital, I can't imagine. And, that love that two people can share, whoever those two people are. I tell Sarah, the young girls, sometimes they don't even understand. They can't, they only want the muscles or the George Clooney type or whoever the girls and boys like nowadays. But, maybe maybe later when you're older, maybe now instead of the gorgeous hair like a movie star, maybe now he's got snow on the roof. Or maybe the snow has melted and disappeared altogether, And, yeah. But love is love, and it transcends any of the, I don't know how else to say it, so I'll just say it my way. Genevische Stickler people may try to throw at you because of who you are and who you love. So I congratulate every one of you for the work that you're doing. And I hope to live long enough to see many more of the advancements because of all of you. So enjoy the rest. Congratulations. Mazel tov.